Hello, and welcome to a brand new synth walkthrough with me. Synth sound set walkthrough, sorry. With me, the Unfinished. Good start. Today, we're looking at Zebra Lazarus. You may recognise that name. You may have bought Zebra Lazarus Volume 1 or Volume 2, or indeed both. Now it's time for Volume 3, and this is what this walkthrough is about. So, for those of you that don't know what Zebra Lazarus is about, it's essentially inspired by some very synth-heavy and electronic game scores, such as the Deus Ex series, the Mirror's Edge series, some other ones that slipped my mind, Mass Effect. So really sort of cool electronic synthy stuff going on in game soundtracks that are quite sort of atmospheric and cinematic and dynamic and ambient, all that sort of thing going on. So let's just leap straight into it so you can hear the sounds and find out what it is that I'm going on about, shall we? Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with ARPs. We always like to start with ARPs if there are some. And here we have Aftermath. So there's a good mix of analog and digital synth sounds in here. It's just very synthetic, basically. Lots of nice delay work going on there on some crispy sounds. So I cut that a bit, didn't I? And it's probably worth mentioning that a lot of the soundtracks that have inspired this are quite sci-fi in their nature. Quantum Break is another one that's worth mentioning. And they take some sounds from the dance floor. There's some trancey elements too. There are lots of ARPs and sequences and stuff. The main thing is that it's just synthy, nice and synthy. Nice evolution on that filter. Let's have some mod wheel fun, shall we? A crunch. A long old delay on that one. Nice and analog, that one. Let's see what the mod wheel does on this one. It's big. So there's a real sense of driving synths. And there's a few like this that are designed to, have been programmed rather, to have a sort of melodic content to them. So obviously you can use these sounds for cinematic stuff as well. Just because they're designed, well, they're inspired by game soundtracks doesn't mean that you can't use them in everything else. Got a nice sort of rich synthy underscore vibe to them, as well as actiony stuff too. Going for it with the delays today. Right, and then we're on to some basses. Punch. So the bass section is very sort of electronic, and it's really sort of very inspired by dance music. That's fun. That was the mod wheel. Bit crutching to that one. Quite fun on the module. I like a bit of that. Got to occasionally have a crispiness to the bass. Can't all just be darkness, darkness, darkness. Even though it is quite often. Takira. We've got a couple of drum hits here. Not much. And then we move on to some keys. We've got a handful of keys. So sort of light stuff mainly for little melodic moments. So this is where you can start writing your thematic stuff with these sounds. Nice little bit of sort of pitchiness on there. And then onto leads, where we've got some nice, strong melodic stuff again. So again, for those big, epic sort of melodic moments, there's some good stuff in here. And some crunchy bits and some plucky stuff as well. I think is this a plucky one? Might not be. No, I was wrong. It's got its own thing going on, that one. Lots of fun, and then we're on to loops. A handful of loops, not many. Big kicks. More kicks. Oh, we're only going to do kicks, I wonder. Tremors, are you kicks? Clap sequence, okay. You get a bit of the dance floor vibe going on there. And then on to pads, as you probably have already guessed. There's a lot of pads in here because there's lots of that sort of background atmosphere that pads really add something to in this kind of sci-fi electronic kind of vibe. Plenty of reverb. And there isn't a thematic difference between Volume 3 that we're doing now and Volume 4 that you can have a look at later. Or you could look at them the other way around. I don't mind. I'm not your mum. They're split evenly throughout the sound, so there's a good distribution of each sort of category. So there isn't like one isn't darker and the other one sort of more ambient. There's nothing like that. They're just a nice collection of sounds. So that if you only buy one of them, you know, if you can only afford to buy one of them, you're not missing out anything from a content perspective. You've just got less sounds. That's all. Again, lots of nice, big, atmospheric reverb and lushness. Full of noisiness there. I think we like that one. It's got kind of otherworldly feel to it, that one. I like it. A very long tail again. Indeed it is, my friend. Nostalgia. We all have a bit of nostalgia. Or do we? we like nostalgia. Doing something a bit more synthetic and less cinematic than most of my sound sets, less dark, let's be honest, means that I can bring out that sort of dance floor past of mine, the classic sort of 90s and 2000s sounds, the virtual analogues and workstation synths that I like, particularly with the pads. Doesn't have to have that sort of organic element that I have with my cinematic sound sets. Still on the pads. It's something a bit more different and a bit more sci-fi. Proper lush. We have some soundscapes. Now, the soundscapes are few and far between compared to most of my sound sets. And they've just got a bit of a sort of synthy feel, so a little bit different. Not that sort of big, sort of dark weirdness or even the ambient stuff. It's just a simpler soundscape. So this one's just an inharmonic tension kind of thing. What's the mod wheel do on this? Just adds a bit more menace. So again, nothing that could be considered sort of organic in any way, this one. This is obviously done with a synth. That's how I wanted to keep this sound set. I suppose there's a little hint of things like Ex Machina in here, but with just not so much of a focus on sort of the analog sense of it all. This is very much a world of synths. There's wavetables, there's digital, there's everything on top of this, but plus also some analog stuff. It's a mixture. Some SFX. A little bit of a punchy dropper there. And then we're on to sequences, plenty of sequences. And again, these are really here for you to just add some drive and some dynamism, or even just give you a sort of an idea for where to go melodically as well, because there's some melodic stuff in here. It's Chauncey. Odd wheel. So that's very much inspired by, both Deus Ex and Quantum Break in particular. They have a trancey vibe to them, and I loved trance music back in the day, so, it appeals to me. I'm sorry, but it does. Some fun tales to that, yeah. This is my favourite section, the sequences section. This is the one I had most fun programming. a lot going on in that one. Quite fun. Texture. Odd wheel. Nice bit of pitch shifting to provide the tension there. So this is one of those melodic ones, which I find can be really quite fun when you sort of build structure around it. So you know, obviously it's designed in a particular key, but then you just sort of play with it to try and move it around. Am I making any sense? I don't think I am. Play chords with this. Timed that wrong. The delays caught me out. Showed how rubbish I am. Yeah, so I mean, these ones, you know, like I say, it's fun to sort of challenge building something around them. You're stuck with it being either in a minor key or a major key, but you know, have some fun with it. As ever, a healthy amount of delays. Massive. This is probably a good one to... Right, so we've got stuff programmed onto the XY pads. This took me a long time because I forgot to do it on the original patches and then started making the HZ patches without having done the XY patches, so I had to do them all separately instead of just copying across the Zebra 2 patches into Zebra HZ and then tweaking them there, which I did do, but after I'd done, before I'd done the XY patches, so gosh, that was annoying. I'm an annoying person. So, filter, obvious. Fun. There's subtle differences with the LFOs. How much accent we're getting, basically. Delay is obvious. Dry as a bone. Many delays. The drive should be fairly self-explanatory. Very little drive here. Yeah, so that's designed to be helpful, ideally. These are quite good cue starters, aren't they? You start with that and then you build around it. And the thing is, you know, if you want to play in a different key, then you just clone the patch and you just switch the bit that makes it a minor key and turn it into a major key. Then you've got two patches playing. Come on, you can think this stuff through. Sometimes it's fun to play with something that's melodically sequenced and play it like an art. We'll play the last one, shall we? Rave action. Dirty filter. Right, so we now need to show the dark zebra version of it as well. Say goodnight to you and clumsily bring this in. Oh no, what have I clicked on now? Oh, you absolute stinking amateur battler. Right, I was just trying to change the size. All the way over here. Come on, you crapulent idiot. Right, shall we try? Oh my god, that was amateur. We'll keep it in just for larks. Right, we'll whiz through these a bit quicker because we're already nearly half an hour in. I don't want to bore you to death. So with the HZ version, take the original patch, pop it into HZ, tweak it with all the Zebra HZ filtery, compressory goodness, and sometimes just tweaking a patch to just do something different with it. It's gonna be a long video, let's rush through. So you feel how synthy it all is. Good example of the dirty darkness of the dark zebra. Nice bit of dark action. Mod wheel. So there is probably a slightly more analog feel to this because been using the analog filters a bit more. So I'm just laughing because I know that I made that patch for a project about 3 or 4 years ago, and now it's finally released into the ether. In fact, that was probably made before I released Lazarus 1 and 2. Sometimes you never know when your babies are going to get released into the ether. "12 colours, which is exactly how many there actually are. There are no more than that. Interesting one. Sorry, that was the mod wheel, didn't mention it. Black axis. Positively FM style bass there. obviously. Whipping through them now. Clumsily whipping through them now. Fake Prague. Well, that mod feels weird. And here's the other drum. Lo and behold, it's a dark analog kick. Keys. More keys. A nice dark vibe to it, that one. And that could only be a digital synth. Is that clicking? What's going on there? I should have to investigate that. No, it isn't. Well, that's confusing. Don't know what happened there. Probably won't even hear what I just heard in my headphones in the actual video itself. Why play notes that fast when you know what the delay's like, Battler? That's a bit different. I rather like it. So I don't know whether we're just going through dirtier patches when we're going through this version, the Zebra HZ version, or whether that's just what I've done to them out here. I could compare and contrast, but we're trying to get through it, so that'll be for another day. Maybe I'll do another little video on that. Clippy. Right. So I've got a really itchy ear at the moment. I'm trying to be professional. So not so much the kick drum stuff here, so that's good. Nice noisy loops. Okay, so we're into the pads now. Let's see how the CPU goes with this. I don't think I've used too many of the digital filters actually. Because one thing I have noticed is when you use the digital filters on sounds, it does kind of digital freaking idiot. Literally the opposite. Analog filters, when you use those on sounds, it narrows the stereo width quite a bit and takes a lot of the top end off. And I think for pads, you don't really want that too much. It's the long tails falling over the notes that will catch me out CPU-wise, I think. That's nice. I think it is that area where the sort of the analog meets digital that really kind of the sweet spot of the sound set. Again, like this one, it's got that feel of like a ESQ1 synth pad, digital oscillators, waveforms with a bit of an analog filter on it. A peaceful sci-fi moment, that one. That's nice. It's got a bit of low end and a bit of high end, and I think that's very nice. Getting caught up in playing things now. Long video means long rendering times, Matthew. And that's nice as well. I make it sound like I'm surprised that I've made nice sounds. I've been doing this for nearly 10 years now, and I should kind of know what I'm trying to do, even if I don't always achieve it. Oh, hello. This is a pad sound from a Bakelite synth. Did anyone ever make a synth out of Bakelite, do you think? Oh, so some of those early ones might have been like the come on, brain. Like the Sonic Couture did a really good sample library. I can't remember, sorry. Answers on a postcard. Someone would like to tell me what it is I'm trying to think of. Oh man, my brain at the moment, honestly. This last year has done my memory. Absolutely done it. Soundscapes. I haven't had COVID, but something has happened to my brain. Sleepy filter thumb. And then sound effects. Again, there's only 3 of these, but here's one of them. Noisy synth blast. There we go. And then on to the sequences. Lovely jubbly. We're here for the dynamic action. There we go. A bit of gated stuff. Ooh, play chords. Very dancey. It's very simple. I'll play this one like an harp. Yeah, so it works as a sequence and an harp. Where are we going with that? A little bit of acid. Oh, I better play with the model then. Grubby. Do like an acid line. I haven't got many in these because it's not strictly relevant, but there's something coming up that will be. A little bit retro there. That's quite a fun filter. Yeah, there's definitely a grubbiness, isn't there, to the dark zebra version. It can't just be a coincidence. Quite a few things going on here. Some good stuff on the XY pads there. Also, this sounds very human-y. I've been listening to a lot of synth pop recently, so something might have slipped in with all the synthiness. And finally, one of the two little funny synth noises we have. And there you have it. That is... There's a plane flies very close by. That is Zebra Lazarus Volume 3. So it's very synthy, it's very sci-fi, it's designed, it's inspired by game scores, but, you know, there's obviously cinematic uses and even, you know, pop and dance music uses in there. But it's very much following on the vibe of Volumes 1 and 2. So if you liked Volumes 1 and 2, then these are going to be right up your alley as well. So thanks for watching. Details. There's 180 patches in each volume, and then obviously that doubles with the dark edition, so you've got 360, and then if you buy both of them, you get 720. There will be a little bundle to save some money if you want to get both 3 and 4, and I'm also going to do a bundle in case you haven't got any of them. There will be a bundle of 1, 2, 3, and 4 for a limited period, an arbitrary limited period that will just exist in my head, and at some point I'll just go, I'll take it off now. Sorry I can't be any more precise than that, but I'm very contrary. So yes, hope you enjoyed it. Would it be $24.99 plus VAT for each individual one? I can't remember the price of the two together. I know that all 4 is going to be $99. Did I say dollars? Did I say dollars? I don't sell things in dollars. £24.99, British pounds. Yeah, I'm really helping with the information now. This is good. Go and look at my website. Don't rely on my horrid, tragic brain. Just go and look on the website. It'll all be there in front of you in black and white and Technicolor. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to now save this. I'm going to save this Cubase. I'm going to save the camera. I'm going to save the voiceover. I'm going to save the Logitech camera, which I don't know whether I'm even going to use. But I'm not going to save my mind. My mind, that's gone. No saving that. So ta-ta for now. See you for volume 4, yeah? Okay, kids. Night-night. Night-night? Why not?